morning, all. It's Haley with Online Yoga School. Welcome to today's All Levels Flow. So we're just going to begin in tabletop position. Being mindful, feel free to use any props, maybe yoga blocks, straps, blankets, towel, pillow, whatever you need for your practice, feel free. So we're just going to get into our tabletop position. I invite you just taking the knees to the mat. We're going to place those hands and wrists directly under those shoulders. Knees about hip width apart. You can also place a towel under the knees if you have any knee ailments. I invite you to take the gaze forward. We're going to engage that core. We're going to take 3 breaths right here. I now invite you to take an inhale. We're going to drop our belly, arch the upper spine, take your gaze upward. And on that exhale, we're going to engage that core and take the gaze to the mat. Inhale, drop the belly, arch the back, drishti upward. Exhale, really engage that core, taking the gaze to the mat, finding that cat pose. Inhale, drop the belly, arching our back, taking our gaze upward. And exhale, really engage that core, taking our gaze to the mat. I now invite you, get into your own flow here. Your body movement, your breath. And taking it once more to center, take it to that tabletop position. I now invite you, take a breath in. We're going to take that gaze, looking out over that right shoulder and exhale. Inhaling, taking the body to that tabletop, our center. And now I invite you to soften that gaze, looking out over that left shoulder. A few more times here, taking it to center. And now soften that gaze, looking out over that right shoulder. One more time to center. And one more time, looking over that left shoulder. And to center. I now invite you to take a breath in. And on that exhale, we're just going to sink those hips back, settling to our child's pose position. Be mindful. Feel free to use blocks. Feel free to use a blanket or a little pillow if you want to, for comfort. Grounding in that forehead. And just breathe. We're going to take 5 breaths. I now invite you to take a breath in, and we're going to float that right arm up to the sky with our gaze. And on that exhale, we're going to thread that right arm towards the left, threading the needle, and take 3 to 5 breaths right where you are. Now invite you, releasing that right hand, exhaling, find that child's pose. We're now going to take that left arm up, floating it as high as we can. Really find some length here. And exhale, thread it through towards the right. Settling to our thread, the needle. Being mindful of what our body's feeling today. And just breathe. I now invite you, just release that left hand to the mat, exhaling, find that child's pose position one more time. We're going to take an inhale, we're going to float the body up, finding that tabletop position. Exhale, let all the breath go out of the belly, out of the chest. I now invite you, we're going to take a breath in. We're going to float, right hand up to the sky, going into a twist. Be mindful here. Take that gaze towards that right thumb. And take a few breaths right here. Now, invite you, we're just going to relax that hand to the mat. Find that tabletop position. Maybe make a few adjustments. We're now going to take a breath in and we're going to float. Left hand to the sky, going into a little twist. Just breathe. Take a few good breaths right where you are. And releasing that left hand to the mat. Settling to our tabletop position. I now invite you, we're going to extend that right leg straight back. And taking that left arm forward. Soften your gaze forward and take a few breaths right here. And we're going to gently relax, taking the left hand, right knee to the mat. Maybe sway those hips from side to side before we work our left side. Be mindful here. And taking it back to our strong tabletop. Take that gaze forward. I now invite you extending that left leg straight back. Being mindful the toes are pointed down. And when you feel ready, be a little adventurous, extending that right arm forward. And take a few good breaths right where you are. Feel free to take the gaze to the mat and breathe. And gently relaxing the right hand to the mat and that left knee to the mat. I now invite you to take a breath in. On that exhale, tuck those toes. We're going to find our downward facing dog. Be mindful, it might be our first downward facing dog today. Make those few adjustments. We're going to take 5 breaths, getting centered here, and just breathe. I now invite you, start walking those feet up to the center of your mat. Being mindful, we're going to roll the upper body up, finding our strong Tadasana. We're going to take 3 to 5 breaths right where we are. Maybe do a few shoulder rolls. Do what feels good to you today. I invite you to take a breath in. We're going to float those arms up high overhead. Palms together. Exhaling, we're going to go into a side stretch here. I'm going to my right side. Opening up that left side of the body, the chest. And take 3 to 5 breaths right where you are. I now invite you, taking the body to center. Take an exhale, going to the left. Be mindful here, opening up that right side of our bodies. And breathe 3 to 5 good breaths. And gently taking the body to center. And we're going to release those hands and raindrop those fingertips to the side of the body. I now invite you, we're going to take an inhale, taking those arms opening wide to the side. Exhale, we're going to hug the tree, taking the hands together and to center. And then float it open. Hugging the tree, opening up that chest. Take that gaze upward. And now, take it back and around, hugging that tree. Really find some length. And open wide. Open up that back. Take that gaze upward. And hug the tree. And open wide. Hug the tree. Open wide. A few more times. Get into your own movement, your own flow. Breath. Body movement. Clear mind. Strong body, open heart, union. And one more time, hug that tree, and we're going to hold and take 3 breaths right here. And gently open those arms wide and take it back, pinching those shoulder blades a little bit here, opening that chest. And relax, find that strong Tadasana. I now invite you, we're going to practice tree pose. So we're going to take a breath in, we're going to float those arms up high overhead. You can place those palms together, or you can relax those elbows. Choice is yours here. I'm going to take my left big toe, tippy toe to the mat, and I'm going to relax that foot on the right shin. Finding my focal point. And breathe when you get there, just breathe. Rooted, strong trees today. And gently relax those hands just to the side of the body, as well as that right foot, left foot, apologies. So we're going to work the opposite side now. I invite you, you can take a breath in, float those arms up, find some length. You can even relax those elbows if you like. We're now going to take that right tippy toe to the mat. Feel free, turning that foot, relaxing it on that left shin. Finding that focal point. Floating those arms up if you'd like, touching the palms together. Find some length in that upper spine and breathe. Stand tall and rooted. Beautiful trees today. And I invite you to relax those hands and relax that right foot to the body. Find that strong Tadasana. And we're going to take 3 to 5 breaths right where we are. I'm just going to turn the opposite direction here on my mat. I now invite you, we're going to take a breath in, float those arms up high overhead. On our exhale, we're going to take those hands backwards. Inhale, float those arms up. Exhale, start sinking the chair and take those arms, floating them back. Inhale, float it up, find some length. Exhale, start sinking those hips, taking the arms down and around to the back. Gaze to the mat when you get there. And float it up. Find some length. Exhale, take it back. Inhale, float it up. Exhale, float it down and back. A few more times. Inhale, find some length here. Exhale, take it back. Inhale, float those arms as high as you can reach. Exhale, we're just going to sink to our chair pose. And take a few breaths right where you are. Inhale, float those arms up high overhead. Exhale, we're going to settle to that forward fold. You can have a slight bend in those knees if you'd like. Take an inhale, we're going to find that half lift, taking the gaze forward. Exhale, find that forward fold. Taking the hands in front of those feet, we're going to extend that right leg back. Rounding that right knee to the mat. Deep breath in, float those arms up high overhead. Exhale, sink a little deeper into that left hip. You can even take those hands to the side of the body. You can take those hands behind the body, hold and breathe. Do what feels good to you here. We're going to take 5 breaths right where we are. That transition, floating the body back to center. You've had those hands clasped behind the back. Release. We're going to hang out right here a few breaths. And now I invite you to take an inhale, open the arms, wide to the side of the body. Take an exhale, going into a twist. The gaze is going to be towards that right thumb. Take it to center. And now take it to the left. Inhale to center and relax those hands. Gently ground them to the mat. We're going to tuck the toes on that right leg and extend left leg back. Find that strong plank. Make those few adjustments. Have some fun. Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale into our upward facing dog. Exhale, tuck those toes. Settling to our downward facing dog. Take a few big breaths. Now I invite you step, hop, or jump to the front of that mat. Exhale to that forward fold. Mindfully, we're going to roll the body up, finding that strong Tadasana. We're going to take a few breaths. Deep inhale, float those arms up high overhead. Exhale, find that forward fold. Inhale, we're going to find that half lift, taking our gaze forward. Exhale, find that forward fold. We're going to take those hands in front of the feet. We're now going to extend that left leg back and take that left knee to the mat. We're going to take an inhale, floating the upper body up. Lift those arms wide. Exhale. Go deeper into that right hip. Take a few breaths. You can relax the hands to the side of the body, or feel free. Take those arms around to the back, clasp those hands. Take that gaze upward. Making those few adjustments and breathe. When you feel ready, make that transition, maybe release those hands, taking them to the knee. Right knee. Take a few breaths right here. Take an inhale. We're going to open the arms wide. Go into a twist. I'm going to my left first. Taking that gaze towards that left thumb. Exhale. When you feel ready, take it to center and then twist the opposite direction. Taking that gaze to my right thumb. And now I invite you taking it to center. And we're going to take those hands, grounding them to the mat. Tuck the toes on that left leg, lift up, find that lunge. Extend that right leg back. Find that strong plank. Have some fun, that yogi push-up, chaturanga dandasana. Take an inhale, find that upward facing dog. Exhale, tuck those toes, find that downward facing dog. I invite you to take 3 to 5 breaths. Just walking my body forward a little bit. I was getting a little too close to the wall. And now I invite you, we're going to transition the body, finding that plank. Take the knees to the mat, sinking the hips back, finding that child's pose. I now invite you, just take that body, find that tabletop. We're going to walk the knees into our hands. Have a seat on our mat. So we're going to hug left foot into the body. And we're going to take that right leg, wrapping it around. We're going to work our hips, giving our hips some love today. So we're going to start. You can have the hands to the mat. If you need to, you can place them in the center, place them to the side. Do what works for you here. So all we're going to do is a gentle movement with our right leg. We're just going to lift it up and back down. I'm going to move my right arm so you can kind of see what I'm doing. When you feel ready, we're going to transition to the other side. Gentle movements. Bringing it back around. Making my few adjustments here. Take a few breaths. We're now going to work that left side. When you feel ready, we're going to start lifting that left knee. And then take it back to the mat. A few times. When you feel ready, we're going to transition, taking it back over to the opposite direction, lifting that left leg, rolling to center, and then placing left foot into our body and taking the right leg around. So we're going to do that one more time, working the right side of our body now. Just start gently lifting that knee. It doesn't matter how high you can lift that knee. What matters is what your body's feeling. Do what feels good to your body. Never force. Flow. And now we're going to take that right knee up, roll the body, and take it over to the left, hugging right foot in. Taking that left leg, wrapping it around. Maybe make a few adjustments right where you are. And we're going to work the left side one more time. Just start lifting that left knee. That upper leg is going to roll to the back. It's touching my elbow. And gently take it to center. And now we're just going to transition our body and find our Sukhasana easy pose. Feel free to use a pillow. I'm placing my pillow directly under my sit bones for comfort. And also it helps just open my hips a little bit wider. We're going to take a few breaths right where we are. Maybe roll those shoulders down away from the ears. I now invite you to float those arms up high overhead. And on that exhale, take that right hand to the mat, extending left arm over. Take that gaze upward. And now we're going to transition to the opposite side. Left hand to the mat. Extend that right arm over to the left. Find some length. We're going to play around with this. Take it over to the right. Extending that left arm to the right. And transition, take it to the left. And one more time to center. Float both arms up high overhead. Place those palms together, exhaling heart, center, chest. And inhale. And release. So I now invite you, we're going to take that left leg. We're going to take that left hand, wrap it around. that left leg. We're going to hold that left foot and ankle, cradling it like it's our baby. Give those hips some TLC today. You can even take it into the body a little deeper and extend it out. Working our hip flexors today. And we're gently just simply releasing that left foot to the mat. I invite you to hug that left knee into the body. Find some length through that spine. We're just going to take 3 to 5 breaths right here. We're gently going to release those hands and we're going to switch sides. So we're going to hug left foot into our body and cradle that right leg like it's your baby. This is where you're mindful by gentle movements, opening and grounding it back in. Do what feels good to you here. And take it once more to center. We're gently going to release. So I now invite you, we're going to take both those feet, soles together. We're going to settle to that beautiful butterfly pose. And we're going to breathe 5 breaths. When you feel ready, we're going to take those feet together. The knees are going to be bent. I'm just going to turn my body to the side, making my few adjustments. I invite you, roll those shoulders down away from the ears. Take that gaze forward and soften that gaze. Take a few breaths, checking in with our body and the way it's feeling today. And I invite you, we're going to float body back. Find some balance on those sit bones. You can release those hands. You can hang out right here. Or extend those legs all the way out. Maybe up. You can hold with the upper legs. Take a few breaths right where you are. And gently take those feet to the mat. Exhale, find that forward fold. And now we're going to roll the upper body, rolling those shoulders down away from those ears. Bending both of our knees, feet grounded to the mat. Lift that body up, find that balance. Embrace that balance. And then roll gently back, hugging our knees to chest. And we're gently going to release those knees, taking the feet to the mat. Open those arms wide. I now invite you, we're going to open those legs, let them fall open. Take a few breaths right where you are. I now invite you, hug those knees into the chest. We're now going to extend that right leg, hugging that left knee in. I now invite you, taking that right leg, we're going to bend it into the body. Just opening that right hip in. Continue hugging that left knee in. And we're going to take 3 to 5 breaths right where we are. Gently releasing that left knee to the mat. Take a few breaths right where you are, keeping that right leg, ankle, exactly where it's at. And just breathe. Now I invite you, just releasing that left foot, grounding it to the mat. Hugging both knees into our chest. We're now going to hug right knee in, extending that left leg straight out. Take a few breaths right here. When you feel ready, start bending that left knee in and take that foot, relaxing it on the mat, opening that left hip just a little deeper. Continue hugging that right knee into the body. Be mindful here. And breathe. And when you feel ready, release that right knee to the mat. And now we're going to take that left foot, grounding it to the mat. I now invite you, open those legs out to the side. Settle to that bound ankle pose a few moments here. Just breathe into it. When you feel ready, take those knees together. Hugging knees to chest one more time. Exhale. I now invite you, take those feet up to the sky. Have a slight bend in those knees. We're going to start opening a little bit wider. You can take those hands, hanging on to those big toes. We're going to settle to that happy baby pose. Rocking the body from side to side if you'd like. Or you can embrace the stillness. The choice is yours. Listen to your body. Just breathe and be happy baby. I now invite you, we're going to take the soles of the feet together. Be mindful here. Gently taking the feet into the body a little deeper. Just breathe. You can relax that head to the mat. And now we're going to take feet, soles of the feet to the sky. Keeping those hands to those toes. Hold and breathe a few breaths. And now release feet straight up to the sky. Release those hands to the side of the body. We're going to slowly start rolling those feet and legs towards the mat. Hold and breathe. Do not touch feet to the mat. And now roll those knees into the body. Hug. Knees to chest. Exhale. One more time. Take those feet up to the sky. Start that gentle movement. Engage that core. Control movement here. Start taking those feet to the mat without touching those feet to the mat. Hold and breathe. Start rolling those knees into the chest. Give yourself a good body hug, knees to chest. Exhale. One more time, take those feet to the sky. And gentle movement, rolling down to the mat. Hold and breathe. And relax. We're going to make those few adjustments, settling to our Shavasana time. So feel free to get a pillow, maybe a blanket. Do what feels good to you here. I invite you to close the eyes. Relaxing that forehead and jawline. Continuing with just normal breath. Taking a few moments, checking in with our body and how it's feeling today. Relieve any stress or anxiety. And just be in this moment. As you're relaxing in Shavasana, there's nothing physical required of you. All that is needed is to breathe, be in the moment with yourself. I want to thank you for sharing your time, space, and practice with me for our all levels flow. I look forward to sharing with you in a group practice next Tuesday, same time, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I leave you with gratitude, love, and light. Namaste. I bow to you.